Okay, this is Amphibia. This is episode 8A. Con Contagian. Yeah, say it out. Whatever the heck. It's for the most part a good episode. I mean, I'll admit I thought it was gonna go one way, pretty much like every other episode, but it goes in a different direction. And okay, let's just talk about it. So it all starts when Anne is in the house with the family, and it's storming, and there's a storm outside, and so she automatically assumes that because there's a storm outside, they're stuck inside, so they're pretty much being able to do nothing. But then Hop Pop comes in and says, "No, we gotta work." Respect. I'm sorry. I grew up in a place where the weather was never your friend, and so I just grew used to whatever the weather was like. So I mean we had days in February out here where it was down to like -30 wind chill wise, and I was like, all right, I don't have class, but I at least should get out and stretch my legs, right? Yeah, no, I'm a little weird. Okay, so obviously though Anne isn't doesn't seem Anne's a fan of the weather because she quickly fakes an illness to get out of the work, and the the thing that she calls it is so stupid too. She's like, I got a bad case of the mocha lattes. Ugh. I mean, granted, if you've never heard of coffee before, and then someone said mocha latte, you would think, is that a disease or something? Like, so yeah. So so she fools the family, and they say, "Don't worry, just stay here, get better. We'll go outside and do all the work." And agrees, and then she stays in the house and pretty much parties. She's just having a ball, she's just having fun with everything, and then when the family comes back in, she then like she doesn't miss a beat, so like she's still pretending that she's sick in front of the family to make sure her cover is still intact. But then fun little twist is the family starts to get sick. Like Hop Pop starts getting sick, Polly starts getting sick, Sprig even gets sick. But I like how for each, it's not all the same illness. Like Hop Pop, his body's kind of shriveling up and he's like becoming really sticky. I don't know. Polly, her eyes are completely swollen shut, so we don't know why that is. And then for Sprig, it was because his tongue is swollen up as so yeah, so pretty much yeah, all of them got different illnesses. And I'll admit I thought it was a prank at first. I thought we were gonna go down that path of the episode where, Anne would admit that she faked the illness, and then she would apologize, and then the family would be like, thanks, Anne, we forgive you. And then they're like, all right, we're done with that skit. And they're like, what? Oh yeah, we knew. We just wanted you to admit it or something like that. That's what I thought this episode was gonna do. And as their illnesses got worse and worse, I was 100% on board to think, yeah, that's exactly what they're gonna do, because I'm like, they can't go one direction, but they they're clever with how this whole thing's solved, because with the family sick, Anne has to take care of them, and even they're like, but aren't you sick? And she's like, yeah, but you guys are worse than me, so I'm gonna help. So she tries to make him feel better, she tries to help him deal with their problem, and then she even makes him soup, and then, you know, everything seems like it's getting better, but then Hop Hop, then his legs start his legs start becoming red. So oh, sorry. His legs start becoming red, and then they apparently, yeah, it's apparently a serious illness, and if they don't cure him, that he'll die. And again, I thought this was all part of the prank, because the way that Hop Pop acts with this, he's like, oh, don't worry about me, kids. I'm just gonna go into that corner and just live out the rest of my existence. But Anne doesn't give up. So apparently, the only way to cure him is to take them up this mountain and place them in this pure water that will seemingly cure him. And so I thought, in terms of that, it would. Yeah, it would. It would. Yeah. Okay. So Anne takes Hop Hop and the rest of the family up the mountain, because as they progress, Polly starts getting the disease, and then so does Sprig. So Anne has to pretty much give it all that she has. Like Bessie starts slowing down. So as they go up the mountain, because you're going up a mountain, so Anne starts hauling the car, but then the car breaks. So then Anne puts them all on her back, and then they have to go through a geyser field. It's a lot just to get to this water. Then they have to go up these ledges in the cliff. It's kind of like this weird rock climbing freaking thing. Like you would see in in a video game. It's this like platform, these stupid platforms that are way far apart for a person to jump across, and even they say that, like, there's like, oh, this is not for humans, this is for frogs to jump. And so luckily Anne figures out how to get to the top, and then they get to the top, and then she puts them all in the water, but it doesn't seem like it's working. And so again, I thought this whole thing was a prank. I literally thought that's where we're gonna go. And and then everything you would imagine starts happening. Anne confesses that she was never sick, that she's sorry, and that she promises never to lie again, and all that. And then the family seemingly dies, and then they hold on the shot, and I'm like, okay, wait. I'm like, all right, where is it? But then they pull this clever twist, and I'll say it. I'm glad it was there, and I was rather caught off guard by it. And so, they're lying there and they're thinking, and Hop Pop's like, he opens his eyes like, shouldn't we be dead? And so they discover that the illness that they had, it's not even an illness. It's just the fact that it was a side effect, or not a side effect. So when Anne gave him the soup early in the episode, she put in this red mushroom. And so she put it into the soup, and when they ate the soup, and so then they had their soup. So that's why their bodies turned red. It was because it was the mushroom. And yeah. So yeah, all that for nothing, really. But I'm glad they did that over just the whole thing being a prank. So I like how they actually were sick, and it only seemed like the illness was getting worse. And so that's what made Anne have to confess. But at the same time, she did, like, pretty much redeem herself, because she was willing to put her whole body on the line just to save him. Like, like, carry him on her back and, like, go through a geyser field, climb up a mountaintop just to save him. Is like, that pretty much shows the dedication that she has for them. And I like that. I like how we really, even though this could be counted as a filler episode, we see the strength of the family develop with each one. And that's kind of the point of each filler episode. Is like you take something out of it. It's like, okay, well, in this episode, Anne's willing to literally carry the family up a mountain if it means that they live. So that's good. That's good. That's pretty cool. But yeah. All right. Well, yeah, I think that's all I got for this episode. So see you in the next one.